Alright. I don't even know how to start this one because it sounds fake. Like, if someone told me this happened to them, I'd be like, yeah, sure, buddy. But I was there. I lived it. This happened the summer before senior year. That weird point in life where you've got just enough freedom to get into real trouble but not enough sense to stop yourself. At the time, my friend group was a mix of chaos. There was Diego, the type of guy who thought every problem could be solved with duct tape or WD-40. Kayla, who was fearless to the point of being reckless. And then there was Ethan, my best friend since middle school, who had the kind of bad luck that made you wonder if he broke a mirror as a kid. The night starts with us hanging around at the community park. You know the kind: basketball courts, sketchy lighting, random kids skateboarding. We didn't have any plans, just sitting on the bleachers talking about how boring our town was. That's when Diego goes, "Why don't we go explore downtown?" Now, downtown wasn't much. A couple of bars, a diner, some empty buildings. But to us, it felt like New York City. We pile into Kayla's beat-up Corolla, music blasting, and head over. We're driving around when we see it. Parked on the side of the road, completely unattended, is a school bus. Not a tiny one either, like a full-sized, yellow, 40-kid bus. Diego points at it and goes, "Yo. Imagine if we took that thing for a spin." Everyone laughs, except Kayla. She just smirks and goes, "Bet you won't." Now, here's the thing about Kayla. You couldn't dare her to do anything, because she would actually do it. And if she couldn't, she'd make sure one of us did. Ethan immediately panics. No, no, no. That's literally Grand Theft Auto. That's prison time. But Diego's already out of the car, walking toward the bus. I'm half joking like, there's no way this is open. But then Diego yanks the door handle, and it hisses open. Just like that. We all freeze. Silence. Kayla whispers, "No way." Ethan's whisper yelling, "Shut it. Close it." But Diego's eyes light up like it's Christmas. Bro, it's unlocked. And here's where things go from dumb to legendary. Diego climbs inside. Then Kayla follows. I look at Ethan, and he's shaking his head like, we're about to ruin our lives. But of course, we go in too. The bus smells like old vinyl and gasoline. The driver's seat is massive, with that big steering wheel. Diego sits down, pretending like he's driving, making engine noises. We're all laughing, until he finds the actual keys. Sitting right there on the dash. Kayla gasps. Ethan nearly faints. And Diego, being Diego, just looks back at us and says, "So, where we going?" Before we can stop him, he turns the key. The bus rumbles to life. The lights flick on. I swear my soul left my body. We should have bailed right there. But nope. Kayla's hyping him up, chanting, "Do it. Do it." Ethan's begging us to leave. And me? I'm just stuck in that middle ground where you know it's a terrible idea but you also know you're not gonna stop it. So yeah. Diego puts it in drive. And suddenly, we're cruising down Main Street in a stolen school bus at 1 a.m. And let me tell you, there is nothing more ridiculous than rolling through a dead town in a giant yellow bus while your friends scream like maniacs. Kayla's hanging halfway out the window yelling, "We're going on a field trip." Ethan's clutching the seat like we're in a plane about to crash. I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe. But of course, it doesn't stay funny for long. We pull up to a red light, and who's sitting across the intersection? A cop car. Time. Stops. We're all staring at each other like, this is it. We're done. Life over. Diego whispers, "Play it cool." Which is hilarious, because how do you play it cool in a stolen bus? The light turns green. The cop drives past us, and doesn't even look. Doesn't care. Just keeps going. We lose our minds, cheering like we just won the Super Bowl. Now Diego's got confidence. Too much confidence. He takes us to the 24-hour grocery store parking lot and starts doing loops like it's a racetrack. Kayla's filming everything on her phone, Ethan's begging to get out, and I'm just thinking, we're gonna make the news. And then, because the universe has a sense of humor, the bus runs out of gas. It sputters, slows down, and dies right there in the lot. We're panicking, trying to figure out what to do. Diego's like, we can push it. Bro. It's a bus. No chance. That's when we hear the siren. Not full-blown, just that little whoop noise. Cop car pulling into the lot. Pure chaos. We scatter like cockroaches. Kayla grabs her phone, Diego bolts for the trees, Ethan trips over the curb, and I'm sprinting like my life depends on it. We regroup behind the diner 2 blocks over, out of breath, soaked in sweat, and somehow, we didn't get caught. The bus? No idea. Maybe they towed it, maybe they figured out later. But we never heard a word about it. No news, no cops at our doors. Just silence. We ended up at Kayla's house, sitting in her backyard at 3 a.m., still wired. Ethan swore he'd never hang out with us again. Diego kept bragging like he just pulled off Ocean's 11. Kayla was editing her video footage, already planning to upload it to Snapchat. And me? I just sat there thinking, that's one of those nights we'll laugh about forever. Because yeah, it was stupid, dangerous, borderline criminal. But it was also one of those once-in-a-lifetime stories you couldn't make up if you tried. The kind that sticks with you, not because it made sense, but because it didn't.